When will this Bitcoin and crypto market decline stop? Is the bull market over or is it just getting started? We have some insight for you. Also, a lot of drama in the political meme coin space. We'll discuss what is going on and make sure that you're not losing your money. So the last thing we want to do is lose our money in the bull market. We have Magic joining us to break down the charts. We're going to take a look at some price action. Which of these altcoin dips are we looking to buy? We're going shopping today. We're going shopping. It's going to be a good day. We don't have a lot of money, but we got some on the side that we're going to go shopping. We're going to tell you which ones we're interested in buying with these current dips. We're also going to talk about a gold-backed US dollar stablecoin from Tether. And what does that mean? Now, we're going to get a Bitcoin-backed stablecoin from the largest stablecoin issuer in the world. And what will that mean for BTC? Also have some news on XRP. Can XRP get to $1,000? We'll have that discussion. Also,
yes. Answer's yes.
Yeah. Should be a fun one. Also, the SEC has declined Ripple's offer to pay only $10 million out of the 2-point-something billion that the SEC wants them to pay. How is this all going to end? And when is the XRP lawsuit finally going to be over? And what will the price of XRP do? We'll have that discussion as well on today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Let's go.
It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel. We take old, boring, stale information, repackage that whole turkey up in a fun and sexy way.
Did you just pull a Joe Biden?
Turkey?
No, you looked to the side like you were getting ready to wave something.
No.
You're like,
the Joe Biden would have been if you were talking, I just fell asleep. Now, I want to start this off with a really amazing story. Okay?
Wow.
Amazing story. All right, so
Great.
Coinbase, if you deposit money in Coinbase, well, it takes 10 days for the money to clear before you can do anything with it. I like to throw it into DeFi. I like to move it around.
You can thank the banks for that.
Yeah. You know what? I would like to. Bank of America, I want to give you a big shout out. Okay. 10 days ago, when I loaded up my $4,000, it was at $71,000 Bitcoin. I loaded up $4,000. I was ready to just machine gun DeFi down. I was ready to mow down the charts, bro.
Mow down the charts, huh?
And then I couldn't move my money out of Coinbase for 10 days. And I woke up this morning and I was like, well, it's sitting right there in that USD, bro. It's sitting right in USD. And so Bank of America, Coinbase, I'd like to thank both of you for protecting my investment, protecting my $4,000. Because I was ready to YOLO that thing in at the market top. There it is. So.
Wow, you saved yourself 3%. Good job. Yeah. What if it would have rallied? Then we would be like, I hate
Bank
of America and Coinbase.
I'd have been like, I had the money ready. They would just let me use it.
This is why, people like Forrest who come on our channel every single week, and even people like Magic always say, have some dry powder on the side. And it's for times like these. Yesterday I posted a tweet or a post and I said, look, 20 to 30% drawdowns are very common in bull markets. A lot of people forget. These are the times that if you want to continue to DCA into projects or continue to buy the dips, those are the ones to do it on. We'll take a look at the altcoin markets in a little bit, but you look at projects like Near Protocol at $5. Stacks under $2, Bitcoin at 64K, Ethereum under $3,500. The ETF coming up. I mean, these are prices that once they start rallying again, you might never see them again. I'm not saying we're not going to get drawdowns again, but you'll get these, 2, 3, 4, 5Xs, 30% drawdown. 2, 3, 4, 5Xs, 30% drawdown. And so you want to make sure you have a little money on the side. You're not panicking. You're not just panic selling your bags for no reason but price action and potential manipulation. And so stay vigilant, don't panic, and don't make decisions when your emotions are at their height. Trust me, you will make bad decisions more often than not. Robin was there when I made one of those bad decisions in Austin, Texas.
Also, I am auctioning off David's personal story. Anyways, we got a new whale member today. I'll fill you in on some super secret.
What?
I'm just saying, bro. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we got a new whale member. I got some juicy info to throw out there. Also, If you're new here, say hello. We'd love to give you a personal shout out. Also, Sal Bogarts, he been talking so much trash today. He
He said, no, he said you're like a gangster.
He said, I'm voting for Obama. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He said, David looking like Oompa Loompa.
Okay.
He said, Rob looking like a gay 1930s gangster.
He's got a point.
Mm. Okay. He also said, Rob looks like he went trick-or-treating until he was 24.
Wow.
I still go trick-or-treating.
And then he called you a hater. Interesting.
Yeah.
He said Rob is straight hater.
I still go trick-or-treating.
Sal, we still love you, man.
It's like the Black Friday of dentistry, right? You know?
or dentist.
Exactly. Secret holiday made by the dentist.
What a good day to have Magic on. We'll bring him on in about 5 to 10 minutes, but we'll kind of break down the chart and kind of see what the price action of Bitcoin and the overall altcoin markets have done, and when will the bleeding stop, and what are some potential entry points if you're looking to buy the absolute bottom or get close to it as possible. But first, take a look at the ETF flows from yesterday. Another red day to start the week. 145.9 million in outflows. Cumulatively, we have BlackRock with a goose egg. Fidelity, 92 million flowed out. 2.9 million flowed into Bitwise. 50 million flowed out of ARK. And then the rest is very tiny. But brings our total to $146 million. You might be saying, well, it's because markets are going to risk off, but the S&P is rallying. NASDAQ was rallying. But it's because of really one company. And that company is none other than NVIDIA, as they have officially become, Robin, the world's most valuable company by market cap, surpassing Microsoft with a market cap of $3.32 trillion, single-handedly propping up the entire indices and the stock market. Very interesting here. But what does this tell you about where people are putting their money? Where are people focused on? What sector of the economy? And it's obvious that it is technology. And in technology, I throw AI in there. So how do we translate that to the crypto markets, to our space where we can make money? We talk about AI coins, talk about crypto coins, GPU, hosting services, right? And so we'll talk about some of those projects that we also have our eye on. But I do want to share this as well. So Hashdex just launched or filed a joint Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETF. They filed this with the SEC, waiting to see if they can get an approval. Interesting, though, we've kind of speculated on the fact that we do believe we're going to see the basket of crypto asset ETFs, right? Whether it's one with large caps, small caps, mid caps, meme coins, layer ones, infrastructure, well, whatever category they decide to go with. Maybe it's an AI one. Maybe it's AI ETF for Bitcoin. You have projects like Near in there. You have projects like Render in there, Akash Network. So these are all things to keep an eye on, but I'm pretty sure Robin agrees with me. AI is just getting started, that trend. We saw a massive rally up in projects like Render, like Near Protocol, like ICP. Everything's drawn down. AI is drawn down a lot, but you still agree that this is a good sector to have some money or exposure to, right?
Absolutely. But it might be overbought though.
Still?
I think so, dude. There we go. I'm trying to get the is my light back on?
Oh, the desk light? I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
I was like, is he preparing to tell the story of David, apparently, that I don't even know about? Very interesting. I'm curious. I might have to sign up for a Well member myself, so I can hear this story Robin has. But guys, right? Dips like this are great times to just really hone in, see what sectors are down, see what theses have not changed, and it's just price action.
I'll say this. I don't put too much in these basket ones. They are minute compared to the actual ETFs, right? So you can look at gold. So there's a lot of ETFs out there that also have a basket of goods with gold included. All of these are fractional, a very, very, very small percentage. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I remember looking at it a couple weeks ago, but pretty insignificant. And so moving forward, will we get basket ETFs of Bitcoin, Ethereum, a bunch of other stuff? Sure. Yeah, they're going to come. You know what? If there's money to be made, they'll take it. Even if it's a couple $100,000 or whatever it is for the asset manager. But at the end of the day, these are going to be point percentages of the market, right? Bitcoin is going to be multi-trillion-dollar, maybe 3-4 years from now. The ETF will be multi-trillion-dollar ETF for Bitcoin. And what is these basket ETFs? They're going to be in the millions, right? They're going to be $10, $20 million ETF. It's going to be something minute. Same thing with whatever else you can dream up of. Oh, we'll have a DeFi basket, and we'll have a smart contract basket. And it's just products that people are offering that are going to have very low amount of volume and liquidity compared, I don't want to say liquidity, but low volume compared to the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot or the spot products that are on them. Also, AI, just to, I know you gave me a 2-part question there. So with AI, I think it is overheated, the market. I think that NVIDIA is really, in the AI space, NVIDIA is really the only company that's making money here. That has an actual business model that returns revenue in AI. AI companies, OpenAI,
Yeah, man, can you hear me?
Leonardo, all these, they're generating revenue.
Good. How are you? Been a little bit.
Guys, so with AI, you're getting you have an actual product from NVIDIA.
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Magic.
Okay, good.
We can hear you. You know what? What?
I don't know. I don't know if he's pumping through the show or not, but we hear him in here locally. But so AI is very, very, very interesting spot. NVIDIA, just to wrap up what I was saying, has actual hardware that they're using. And in contrast, these other AI companies are offering products that aren't returning any value right now. Or they're not returning the valuation that their companies are listed at, right? And so the OpenAI is crazy because how many members do they have?
A lot.
Yeah, but paid members. Perfect. So they're making tons of money, but at the same time, they're not, right? They're not to their valuation. And I think that's kind of the ethos of crypto right now, right? Is that you have all these AI products out here, these crypto tokens, and their utility is not there. So everyone's kind of just betting on the future. Now, that's what crypto does best, right? You say, hey, the smart contract thing, you can buy Ethereum now at $100, $200. You buy it now. They're going to have smart contracts down the road, Cardano, whatever layer one you want to put in there. And you're kind of betting on the future. But don't get it twisted. These crypto projects that are labeling AI, the AI services aren't here. Even our favorite projects like Near, ICP, the technology is there, the building it out, but nobody's actually using it. And this is no slight at any crypto projects, but just remember that the space is super, super early. And so with that said, proceed with caution.
With that said, you said the markets are overheated. The numbers disagree with you, Robin, as the AI market cap is down by almost 12%. Near Protocol down 25% in the last 7 days. Render down 14% in the last 7 days. BitTensor down 15% over the last 7 days. On and on. Injective, Theta, Fetch is down pretty big with the merger getting pushed back about a month. Akash down 36%. This is over $5 at $2.62. And so I believe that I disagree with Robin. I think the AI markets, all markets have cooled off, but I think this is a great area, a great sector to really maybe think about deploying some capital. I mean, you take a look at, again, Near Protocol, under $5. This thing was just at $8. So that's almost a 2x away just to get back to its last run it had up to $8. We believe Near Protocol is going to get a lot higher than $8. Kind of burst onto the scene last cycle, topped out at around $21, $22. And this thing was looking really strong. And then, of course, the bear market came and took everything with it. Before we bring Magic on, I do want to give a big thank you to today's channel sponsor. Is brought to you by Radix. Radix is one of the top layer 1 DeFi protocols in our space. We've had their founder on the show frequently. A lot of exciting things happening in the Radix ecosystem. If you want to learn more, there is a link in the description of this video. Please support the channel sponsors that support our show. With that being said, we got the Magic Man joining us. I wonder if he's Magic. Have you ever actually done any magic, or do you like magic?
No. Used to go to a magic show on Christmas every year, though. So that was always the thing.
Why'd that trend break?
I'm not friends with those people anymore, I guess, geographically speaking. So it was one of those things. They had it at their holiday party. So I'd always go down to the bottom bar and watch some magic and drink some whiskey.
Fair enough. Whiskey. We like whiskey here.
Yep.
Magic, before we dig into charts, what's your thoughts on this dip we've had from a sentiment perspective? Every time we see these drawdowns, you start seeing the bull market's over, and people start panicking and overreact. People always overreact, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. Charts aside, what's your thoughts on this dip, the sentiment, and then if we can jump right into a Bitcoin chart when you're done.
Yeah. Sentiment-wise, it's kind of par for the course. This has been one of those cycles where people really have switched and flip-flopped a lot this market. And I think a lot of that has to do with it. They don't believe that the bull market, the way it started, it was one of those that really flew under the radar. Whereas the last one, I do think a lot of people were left waiting for like 3K. But by and large, people were bullish all the way through the top. I mean, almost too bullish. And now we're at a point of, I think there's a little bit more disbelief. So sentiment wise, I try not to check into it too much, but yeah, people are kind of losing their minds over the dip. Everybody wants to be the first to say the top is in or the bottom is in other cases. So I try not to weigh in too much. I just usually tell people when I'm taking positions, and that's usually how I speak my opinion on the market.
Are you taking positions?
It's not always I've considered taking a hedge up here, but we're so range bound that I'm going to need a little more confirmation. I missed my golden entry. Well, I didn't miss it. I took the trade. It's just I closed it. I did short 73.2, and I closed it for a range trade rather than holding it because I'm just really not convinced that the top is in yet. So we're still range bound, and we can talk about that. It's not too difficult to really start looking at the chart and understanding what's going on. So last week, for anyone that's tuning in from last week or was not here, we were looking at the level of 67,243 up to this open right here, which is just a bi-weekly candle. And we said this is realistically the area you've got to be living above. And that still remains true today. If you're above 67,243 and 67,758.50, things do start to look good. Now, there is an area, that $65,000 level we gave last week. It was comprised, I believe, of like a 64K biweekly level. You also did have some SFPs that were coming in here on like the weekly time frame. I believe that was 64,540. And then just beneath that, even you've got some levels as well. So, the range is going to give you what you need. You can tell that below about 64K here, which is support for now, you really don't have much going on until you're at the bottom of the range. So you kind of want to be patient because you'll be looking for that like 61, 60, maybe even 59K. This region would be where you're going to be looking to pick up positions because it has been support for this structure thus far. Where it gets concerning for anyone that is, I'm not trying to put doubt in anyone's mind, but where you need to start paying attention to are kind of the higher time frames when we look at, like the 2021 bull market high. So you can start going a little bit further into your analysis with like yearly charts and quarterly charts. So for us, the big level to get back above for the end of June was 69,182.50 because it is pretty much your previous all-time high. You did close above it on the quarterly. You would love to see this candle buy up and get back above that on a quarterly basis, which is June 30th. That's 12 days away. Anything can happen. It's not looking the most probable right now, but that would have given me a lot more confidence for immediate continuation to the upside. So in, kind of in the spirit of things, what would kind of make me a little more worried is if we started giving up this level right over here. I believe the 6-month chart, as you cruise out just a little bit further, it is your first top. Okay, so that first top that you had when we formed our high from the last cycle at 64,990. So right in that realm we were talking about between 64 and 65K last week is going to be an area that you're going to want to see this candle reclaim before the market closes. Closing beneath it would make me think we're probably going to re-challenge 60K. That's not the end of the world, but things don't look as rosy this time around. When you look at how you've come down to this, it'd be a very big M shape. Typically, you don't want to see those after prolonged moves up and then a very prolonged range that's lasted over a quarter. The move out of this thing is going to be pretty violent. Now, if we do come below it, like I said, there's support here. We've got like a local gold pocket. You've got some levels here that are just horizontal levels of support. And then you've also got your volume profile you can throw on here. So I'm selecting this candle here, and I'll tell you guys why. I track things by time and price, as you're aware. I think time is the best constant you can have. So daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, etc. Obviously, most of your candles are going to be in that format. But when you're looking at things from more of a subjective standpoint on just structure, what you want to do is you want to figure out where are my changes of behavior, and this would be the candle. So I'm choosing the breakout candle because you're no longer inside of this consolidation. Just like right here, you would have basically pulled one standard deviation of price and then found the first candle that closed outside of it and never returned. And that is going to be where you pull for your next market structure. So in this case, it's also telling us that we're below the point of control and we should be looking down towards support, which is, not that far away in the scheme of things. But last week when we were up here, not too many people probably wanted to hear $60,000, but we do have the pit stop here. So one thing to note as well, we talked about 67.2, 67.7. It will be your overall point of control of the market structure range as well. So getting back above, this area on the chart is going to be fairly, important for price, as it is the point of control of the range. Above this level, things start to turn around and look a little different. You could be trapping shorts in this region. But so far on these moves down, I put it on my Twitter when we came down and we made the initial low. Someone had asked if we liked the low because we do order flow analysis. They asked if Max liked it. Max was sleeping because in Dubai, it's like 3 a.m. when they asked that. But I let him know that I didn't, and I expected new lows, that there was nothing in the chart or in the order flow that told me that was going to be a significant low here and that we would expect to at least come below it. Now, what we get in this region of the chart, we still are yet to know. We don't have that data. But as it comes in, I will be looking for longs out of this area. This is a very tradable region. Definitely not scared to long it, and I don't think people should be. Now, living below this area, things start to definitely change, and not in a good way. That's below $60,000. You're realistically looking all the way back down to about 55 and then probably lower over time. And even though I have a level here at 50,776, I'm going to get rid of it. I'm looking almost exclusively back to the 2022 high at that point. 48K at that time. So it's one of those things where you want to see this range continue. I do think Bitcoin could be wearing its welcome out. If you're going to the high time frames, bull market wise, realistically, you're not really in jeopardy of the bull market being over until you start seeing these, really high time frame candles, in my opinion, start to turn worse for wear. And that would be right here where you can see we've settled up. If you saw something like this, the doomers would be going absolutely banana sandwich, and they would be probably correct in that instance. But, this would be the major area you have to hang on to. So this can dip quite significantly, and I think it'll be opportunities, to be quite upfront with you guys. It's just a matter of, will this be the opportunity we want, get that higher low, or will it eventually make its way back down and back test some old support and resistance? I'm going to look to trade this area first because it's all we can really do. We're at support now, but I do think that the odds are in the favor of over time still coming down a little bit lower. And that's not the end of the world. It's just a discount on Bitcoin. Tuesdays are my favorite day because I come on here with you guys. It's Taco Tuesday at like the little Mexican place down the road from me. And Bitcoin tends to dump on Tuesdays. So it's cheap. So it's, yeah. Tuesdays
it ain't just
are a good
Bitcoin
day.
that's dumping after Taco Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. But, and I'll tell you this. I know, Magic, you've been, anyways. I know you've been in the space for a while. I have too. So has Rocco. So has Robin. And I think I can speak for all of us here that if you just expand your time horizon a little bit, think more longer
Yep.
term. I think you'll be happy. Like the dips won't scare you, right? You won't freak out. You'll see them as opportunities because in the grand scheme of things, we know that Bitcoin is going up over time. Um, I do want to ask you real quick, is there a trade setup right now that you got your eye on that you're willing to share with the people watching?
Yeah. So realistically, again, this local gold pocket down in this region would be a really nice area to start looking for a trade setup. You're just targeting back to either the point of control of the range, which we just pulled, or you could even do something like pulling a higher time frame, like quarterly range from last quarter, because these do tend to get filled by the end of it. So this is quarter 2. You'd be looking for, if it can reclaim this, can we start rotating into that 67 and then 69K region? That would be the trade setup for me. If I was going to trade this region of the chart, because we do have support here, there is support down to 64. I've made that comment pretty religiously that this will be support. It's just, I don't know that it's going to be the permanent support you're looking for. I would just start probably tuning into a local time frame here. I would say, okay, we've come down. We're really probably getting quite a few shorts that are entering the market. We do have a nice, swing failure pattern here. So you can see this has taken these lows like just on an hourly basis. We failed to close back beneath 64,700. It would be nice to see if this could push up, and I would just pull a local range for anyone at home. This is the beginning of your week. So this was Sunday, 7 o'clock when the market opens, and we're just targeting the weekly point of control here. You're just looking for a back test of that and a range play. You can do simple things as well if you don't want to go that route. You can go with like a gold pocket, you can do something like that, or you can put fibs on there, whatever works for you. The key is to make sure that you know where you're getting out of the market, right? So you'd be looking at something like this, and this is the only trade that's available down here, mainly because if you're shorting into support, it's just not a good recipe. So I'll never advise anyone to do that. But, when you're looking at something like this, you'd probably just put your stop loss below the low, and you're looking to get back into this point of control region. So it's a very short stop loss, 0.5%, and you've got 3.72 to 1 R to R, letting you know that, if you get stopped out of this trade, assuming your risk is intact, meaning that you're risking like 1% of your portfolio or 0.5% if it's a day trade, depending on your aggressiveness, you don't have to win that many of these trades to be profitable, because every time you do win, you're actually recovering that. So you could win 1 out of 3 trades and actually still make a little bit of money. So if this came down and stopped you out, but put in a significant low and then reclaimed, you could, in theory, take the same trade again. Happens to a lot of people where they get stopped out. So, that's something to be aware of. And if it ended up being a runner, obviously I always say have a take profit 1. Don't just count on things to be the most optimal scenario for you, especially in trading. Take profit 2 significantly higher. You could cut half of it and then take the other half, move your stop loss up. Otherwise, I would just remain patient if you're not a seasoned trader and just wait for kind of more of this bounce zone here, because I think that's going to be a little bit more significant in terms of like support and confluence. And that would be it,
Awesome. Yeah, that's great, man. We like bringing you on. We like bringing Forrest on. We bring Dan from the Chart Guys on. I think it's good to get different perspectives on the markets. One thing I like about you, Magic, is you're very thorough and you explain things really well. And for the people watching, it's not just, hey, buy here, sell here. It's like, hey, understand the reasoning behind it. And I like the fact that you brought up, if you do get stopped out at those levels, you can always re-enter a trade if it was just a wick, because we know there's manipulation in crypto. We know there's so much leverage, and these platforms that you leverage trade on, they know your stop losses, they know your liquidation price, and
some of them do, some of them don't. There are some that don't do that, but those are few and far between. I'm actually looking at a couple of them now.
Would you say a majority of them do, though?
Yeah, I would say there's a good chunk of them that do. And it's known things. But I mean, even without that, we can go into the order flow and look, and we can see where people have entered. We can go, oh man, there's a ton of shorts down here. All we need are buyers to come in, and if I start seeing that, I'm going to jump on board, because I know those shorts that are trapped will turn into fuel later, and typically that moves the market pretty well. So. It's all how you want to look at it. I try not to ever focus on manipulation, because there's nothing I can do about it personally. Right. I always just say I can control my risk. So I can control that 1% factor of the account, meaning that if I do get stopped out, I know exactly how much money I'm going to lose, and I'm comfortable with that. And then I'm not scared to retake that trade because I'm going to take it on the exact same terms. And I know that if I lose one trade and I win one of those trades, the setup was good and I'm actually still going to make money, even though I lost the first one. And that's the key is just making, it's like going to Vegas. You guys are there all the time. There are people that probably go in there and, run the roulette table, and are they going to win every time? No, but they probably have drawdown, but they probably have a decent bankroll. And over time, the statistics say they'll end up making money. And it's the same thing with trading. You just have to find that. Like we had a guy in our group that won 29% of his trades. That's all he was winning, but he was only taking 1% risk to 5% reward. So he's winning, 1.5 trades out of 5. And his equity curve was completely positive because he controlled risk and his reward was high enough to make up for those other losses. So
that's awesome, man. That's some great insight, Magic. Thank you for that. And guys, if you want more Magic Internet money, definitely recommend you go join the Discord. And I will actually, I'll go ahead and prompt it. That way you guys can hop in there. Someone was asking who you were. There we go. So go join the Crypto Hub Discord. I am in there, although I'm not very active in there speaking. But I'm still in there, and it's not just Magic and his partner Max, but a lot of the community members that are in there. They're smart people that trade. Some of them trade for a living, and so great insight you can get from there, ideas, chart setups. And so if you're trying to be a well-seasoned, well-rounded trader, these are some of the resources that we recommend you check out. So Magic, appreciate you as always, my friend. Have a lovely week, and we will see you in 7 days.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And then I did want to give a little love to the chat. If you're new here, say hello. We'd love to give you a little shout out back at you. We got T.Y. Fox, Kelchi, Matt T, Stoneheart, Crypto King, I have, B. Wayne, Wolverine, Richard, 369 Tot, Sweden, XRP Hank, Robin LaFlamme, Adam Lyons, Willicke, also Mike Bennett, New Type, Midwest Picker, Leo, and Sam XBT. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
There's a new category that has been born.
Yes.
It's called Politify.
Politify.
Political finance, right?
Wow.
More specifically, meme coins tied to politicians, tied to politics. And well, that sector has been absolutely trounced. So you can see here, down 32% according to CoinGecko, with one of our, actually, I'll just say it, this is my favorite political meme coin, which is the Trump coin. That is down. It had a big drawdown of around 50% yesterday. Everyone was freaking out. I got friends texting me. I was kind of speaking with Forrest, and we figured out what's going on. And it all started with this tweet. From Pirate Wires, 60,000 handle account or 60,000 follower handle. That if you go to their page, you'll see that they just pretty much post about merchandise. Nothing wrong with that, but when they break this, I don't know how much you want to believe what they have to say, but this is what they tweeted that kind of send crypto Twitter into a shitstorm. Per Conversations, Trump is launching an official token, DJT, which, by the way, he is not. This is not true. DJT on Solana. Barron is spearheading. Yeah, the first child of the former president is spearheading a Solana meme coin. Makes a lot of sense, right? Well, people bought into it as that token surged 1,450% with people like this. I don't have anything nice to say, so I won't say it all person. Martin Shkreli has been posting about this, tweeting about this. Last chance if anyone is super brave with size, wants to make a bet. And, well, if you're like Robin and you forgot who Martin Shkreli was, he's a convicted felon. What is he a convicted felon for? Securities fraud. Got out of jail prison after serving 7 years, is on parole. And this is the guy people are looking to for confirmation that the former president and his, how old's Barron, 18, 19 years old, son launched a meme coin that was funded by KuCoin on Solana. That's got 80 million in liquidity that is not locked and the contract has not been renounced. And that somehow Trump, the man who will not let anyone take any credit for anything he's done, he's got to be the first, has not said a single word about it. Makes a lot of sense, right? Well, we saw massive sell-offs.
Dude, that token right now is freaking tanking, too. Look at this.
This literally looks like this is a chart right here. This looks like a rug pull, right?
Yeah, well, you're on a larger time frame. If
Yeah.
you go to the 1 minute, because it's only been out for
It's been out for 20 days, I believe.
Yeah.
22 days.
Well, the thing is it hasn't really started trading up
Yeah.
until yesterday. So this is the 1 minute here. You can see that really no kind of action at all. But I mean, when we started the show, it was at almost 3 cents, and
Holy shit!
currently just dropping like a rock.
Look
So,
at this. And I'm sorry to kind of take it up, but look at these, right? You have $1.5 million that has been sold. And, I was watching this yesterday, and I was astounded at the amount of money people were open market buying. Talking $500,000 of Solana just into a coin that people somehow were convinced that the former president launched that didn't say anything about. And so why are we sharing this with you guys?
it got to a market cap of over
300?
$300 million, so a third of $1 billion market cap. And one day, we obviously, it's not that it's, we're news based, so this is obviously one of the biggest volume tokens outside of the top 5 for the day. So obviously that's why we're covering it. But it's just nuts to see how a simple tweet from convicted felon
And emerge.
and Trump's also convicted felon, right? So that isn't an indictment on their credibility.
Okay, but
but-
this guy scammed people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trump just fucked up some paperwork apparently.
Yeah.
But that's neither here or there. Why are we sharing this with you? We care about our community. We care about you guys, right? We all work hard for our money. We all spend time watching shows like this, doing our research, watching videos, speaking to people, going to events. We spend all this time and money and resources, and then we tend to overreact without really taking the time to look. And I'm really hoping that no one watching put any money in this. And if you did, I would, and this is not financial advice, but if you made some profit, I would take it. Because the whole thesis behind this coin and other coins and celebrity coins, and here I have this tweet as well. Dylan Dennis, right? He's a MMA fighter. The guy's launched so many coins. And what these celebrities and these people do is they get hit up on DMs on Twitter. They say, hey, we'll pay you X amount of money, plus we'll give you 10% of the supply. We'll even name it after you or your dog or your cat or whatever. Just send a tweet about it. Send out the contract address. And this is what the charts look like. This is a rug pull. And so just because someone with a big name has tweeted about a token or launched their own token doesn't mean you should give them your hard-earned money, right? Take your time, do your due diligence. And I'll bring up Forrest's example on this one, the Trump coin. I would have never gotten in if it wasn't for Forrest. And so when he told me about it, he's like, look, I had my eye on this thing. It had its initial rally when it launched, and then it crashed down to like a penny. I didn't buy. I waited. I saw on Twitter, these guys, the team, were still doing Twitter spaces every single Tuesday. They were active. They were still donating. They were posting receipts, all while the price was not only tanking, but down. Volume was low. He's like, that's when I decided, hey, this is the real deal. My thesis is this. I think, with Trumping in the media, yada, yada, yada. I entered a big position, and look how that's paid off for him, right? Versus, oh my God, Donald Trump launched his own coin, and without even thinking twice or doing a little bit of just deep thinking, saying, what? Did he say anything about this? Let me go check his media on Truth Social. Who launched it? How's the token allocation? Is the liquidity locked? If you would have done any of that research, you would have understood that, hey, this is probably going to lose you money. And we're going to see more and more of this as the bull market continues to grow. We've seen it in every single cycle. People pump a coin. They pay celebrities to tweet about it. We get offers to tweet about projects all the time. If I showed you the amount of DMs we have and the ones we say no to, you'd be very surprised. And that's us. That's a 73,000 subscriber channel. Imagine a celebrity. Imagine a channel with a following with 1 million, 2 million, 3 million people. These are the people because it's easy money for them. What was that? 1.5 million withdrawn in the last, 2 hours? Easy money. You walk away. They don't give a shit. It's crypto. You can remain or you can remain undoxed. No one has to know who you are. It's so easy to do that, but that doesn't mean we have to enable it. So be smarter. Don't just chase a quick 10x, 20x, 50x. I promise you, in the long run, it will harm you. All this time, think about all the time, I know I'm kind of preaching here, but I refuse to let anyone from our community just get absolutely taken for a ride or taken as exit liquidity. Think about all the hard work and time you put in the bear market when everything was down, when you were getting clowned on, and to just hand all that money over to some bullshit coin or scam or the pirate news or whatever the hell Martin Shkreli's saying. Don't be stupid. Don't do anything dumb.
But listen, can I ask you something? I want to say something about it. You remember a few years back with the Kardashian problem, Gary Gensler?
Ethereum Max.
So now you're saying that Gary Gensler should be and stop every single project like that?
No, it's not. The thing
Because that's what I'm trying to understand.
No. I'm not saying Gary Gensler should stop it. Do I think there needs to be some regulation? Of course, I do. But I also think,
with the DeFi world that we live in, with the DeFi environment that we have, the way crypto works is that anyone can launch a token, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, at the example, no, we were making. I remember we were talking about these people that are famous. They even know maybe they sign a contract. Okay, I launch a coin, and now we just say these people, like the people you say, the UFC guy. Okay, go there. Which is the difference? I see exactly the same pattern over here. So I guess that's
the thing is no matter what, fraud is still fraud, right? If you launch a product and then you steal from people, and it's no different than in real world. Like if I open up a business and I say, hey, everyone, come here, sign up for a 5-year membership, and you're gonna get X, Y, and Z, pay this up front, and I close the business. And without any rhyme or reason, I just shut down, and everyone just walks in like, hey, what happened? I just paid for my membership. I can get sued for fraud. Now, whether or not businesses are held accountable or people are held accountable, I mean, that's different. If there's everyone speeding on the freeway, you get pulled over. But like, well, this guy was speeding, this guy was speeding, this guy was speeding. All you can do is threaten by authority and set precedents, right? And so the SEC, they can go after individual people. They can go after the Kardashians. There is a long list of names of people that have spun up obvious fraud. Now, I think that the SEC, they only have so much manpower, right? And so are they going to go after small content creator, small celebrity? I think they're going to cherry pick. I think they're going to pick the big names so that way they can set an example. Because if the SEC sues some small content creator or some small MMA fighter, only a handful of people know, or
I think you're hitting the nail on the head.
You know what I mean? Like they can only prosecute so many. There's only so many court cases they can go after, and so you pick the ones that stand out the most. But at the end of the
I also
day,
think you're going to pick the ones that get the media attention.
Yeah,
no one's going to report on 0x59 penguin popper launched a meme coin. They will report on Kim Kardashian.
Fraud is still fraud, and so whether or not you spin up a business and then shut it down and take the money, or you spin up a crypto blockchain and then you shut it down and take down the money, it's still the same. It's still fraud, right? And so are people going to fraud people? Are you going to get a call saying that your warranty on your car expired and they're going to get money out of certain groups or certain amount of people? Of course, you're never going to stop it. And so agencies here in the United States, like the SEC, they're going to go after it. Now, I think the SEC, their incentives are wrong. Their power grab.
They're going after the wrong people.
Who are they targeting? Where are they spending their resources? It's all mismanaged. It could be done a lot more efficiently. Is the system perfect? Far from it. Is there benefits of having SEC? There is something there. And you know what? If the SEC wasn't around, if the SEC didn't sue Kim Kardashian, if the SEC didn't sue Floyd Mayweather, they didn't sue what was that content creator, Impact Theory? He lost his NFT. Was that an actual utility NFT? And so,
holy shit!
Without those examples, I think there would be 10x however many celebrities there are now. I think there would be. And then also there's social justice as well. We've seen CoffeeZilla holding which Paul brother was it?
Logan.
Oh yeah, Logan Paul. Logan Paul with his crypto zoo held him accountable. And so, we also have a platform. We also have a duty to sit here and talk about, hey, this project was ran by this company or this individual. They scam people out. Watch out. And then we get viewers. So, at the end of the day, it's all about awareness, right? We're gonna bring obvious scams to your front door. And the SEC is going to go after a handful of people. Obviously, I think they have the wrong people in their crosshairs. But at the end of the day, you got it all falls on you, right? As an investor or someone, as David said, you made this money through the bear market. You come out, and now you decide. You can hodl, hold, take profit, whatever it is. But, we're going through this generational wealth transfer, right? Baby boomers to millennials. And also with inflation, and all this money printing, there's tons of new money here in this sector. And a lot of it's going from traditional finance. People aren't writing checks anymore. They're just not. Money's moving digitally. And so the transfer's here. And so it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. We're going digital. We're going internet on money. Ethos of crypto. So don't mess it up. Don't lose your money to some scam or some little hype project.
And I posted this yesterday, and I just want to share it, and I want to show you what's going on, okay? So I said this Trump dip was an absolute gift. Once people come to their senses and realize President Trump and his son didn't launch a meme coin, big money will start flowing again. And look where we're at. We're almost at $10 again, right? The mega coin got down to around $4.50, and this was the candle where that tweet came out. It opened right around $6, right under $6, and you're at $9.32. One thing I saw, and I added to my position, not only on the personal side, but on the company side as well, is because as the price was dropping, the holder count was growing. So these are just some little things that you can look at and say, hey, has the thesis changed? Is this thing still strong? Is there some weird going on? Is this a black swan event that'll allow me to either add to my position or enter a position that I've been waiting for because, oh my God, I should have bought it at $4. It's now at $15. I'm not going to buy it.
I'll say this though, even with we have personal, we hold some MAGA token here, Trump, the official one, right?
Yeah.
I would still be very cautious, even with this product. At the end of the day, it was not launched by Donald Trump. He has never acknowledged it. He has some. And at the end of the day, it does lack utility. Now, we can sit here and say that the founders and the developers, they give to Wounded Warriors. They've sent tokens to Trump. They haven't sold off. There's a lot of benefits, but at the end of the day, it's pretty damn risky.
Of course.
And so even with this token, I mean, your allocation should be appropriate.
You should be okay if it goes to zero.
Yeah. It is. This is definitely a long shot, and so I mean, even with this, and you never know. I mean, honestly, we assume that the DJT token that we opened up here, we assume that it has no affiliation with Trump, and it seems that way. But I mean, maybe there's legs to it, and maybe
there's no
Trump,
legs.
No. You don't think his son?
No.
There's zero chance.
Zero.
Did he come out and say? Did he? No. But what I'm saying is, did his son come out and say, I have
Robin, but you saying that, some people watching might say, okay, well, maybe it is real. Let me go look at it. It's not.
It's not about that it's real. Is that for me personally, like I take news with a grain of salt, right? I don't really believe anything, but I wouldn't write anything off of absolutely no possibility until he comes out. If his son comes out and tweets, or his son comes out and puts out a press release that says, hey guys, look, there's some scam going on. I have no affiliation with it. People do it all the time. Greg, the media handle, he had, the Greg, whatever his number is, the guy that's always
with his 25 numbers.
Yeah, saying D's nuts on everything. Anyways, that guy, pretty popular handle. that I think it was like 3-4 months ago, a token got listed in his name, started rallying millions of dollars of liquidity pretty quick.
Did I buy that token?
I did buy some that token.
I bought some too.
Yeah. So,
Generous.
you know, but he came out within hours and said, "Hey guys, look, there's a token here. It's listed under my name. I have no affiliation with it." And so, for me, why wouldn't he come out there and do that? Now, maybe I would just assume that he just doesn't have the time, doesn't care, or whatever. He probably doesn't even realize that, you know, this is the president's son, probably has a large agenda, things to do or things that he's worried about. But you know what? Until I would get confirmation from him, I mean, I don't know. Is it in the realm of possibility? Could you, if we came in here tomorrow and we're like, bro, his son actually launched a token? Maybe.
No, I don't buy it. Anyways, take a look at the markets here. So as Magic went down the chart, so Bitcoin at $64,630, ETH at $3,400, down 4.34%. BNB under 600, Solana at $132. This might be a really good place to pick up Solana. XRP at 48 cents. Doge, Toncoin, Cardano round out the top 10. I'm curious here. Out of the top 10, which of these altcoins are you going shopping for? Is it ETH at 3,400? Is it Solana at 132? Look at all the transactions and everything happening in the Solana ecosystem. It has been on absolute fire. Was that $220 and you're at 132? Is it Cardano under 50 cents or 40?
You got to take Cardano, man.
37 cents?
Yeah, I mean, did the Chain hard fork?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
The
The nodes are ready.
They need 70% for it to.
I think Charles has said they're ready.
Yeah, everything's ready, but the thing is so they have a hard fork combinator, and it switches over from the previous the previous fork or the previous blockchain and nodes over to the new one, and that's after 70% of the nodes switch over or upgrade. So it's supposed to happen this week, so should be coming up. Anyways, hey man, you have a governance, DeFi. It's all changing on Cardano. And so will it impact the price to the upside in the short term? I don't think so. I don't think that is it the Voltaire area? Yeah. I don't think the Voltaire era comes in, this governance and voting. I don't think that it like rallies the price immediately in the short term, like say 2-week time window. But this is an absolute game changer. They're unlocking $1 billion worth of funding that the community can just kind of spend, vote and say, hey, we're going to put it here. $1 billion is a lot of damn money, man. Like, I think that those numbers just get thrown out loosely. I mean, $1 billion is
like a lot of money.
$1 billion starts at number 50 on the CoinMarketCap list. So, I mean, anything outside the top 70 is less than $1 billion. So think of every crypto somebody's mentioned that's outside the top 70. That's just money that Cardano has to spend right out of their treasury. And as their token price goes up, the value of that treasury will go up too as well.
I would like to add a little kicker at the end is, we saw kind of this with Polkadot, right? Polkadot had their massive Polkadot 2.0 push. We know the proposals that we saw on their governance website, a lot of money that they approved and paid out. You take a look at what they did at the Indy 500, a Polkadot car. The entire car, the pit crew, everything Polkadot.
That's the marketing side. They've also
that's what I'm saying. But the price didn't rally, right? Price. I mean, you take a look at where's Polkadot right now. Polkadot's at.
But that money. Okay, so what you're talking
$5.
What you're talking about is money that got spent on marketing, right?
Well, it's part of their treasury fund, right?
Yeah.
What's the same in Cardano?
What I'm saying is that money also went into their own ecosystem, right? They were paying dApps, developers, and people to build and incentivize people to come and launch products on Polkadot. And so even on the marketing thing, like the marketing's it's like a drug, right? You throw $1,000 at, you throw $10,000 on marketing. Here's an example. like just marketing 101, business 101 here, okay? You throw, say tomorrow you have a small business, you throw $5,000 to $10,000 at flyers, and you just flyer the whole damn east side of the city or whatever it is, big chunk of the city. You drop 100,000 flyers, right? That you get this quick bump of customers, right? But if the fundamentals of the business suck, like say I'm running a gym, right, and I get all these new signups, people come in, the floodgates open up because I spent all this money on marketing. If the gym itself sucks and I don't have the equipment and it's not run right and hours are crap and the location's in a bad spot,
They won't come back.
they're not going to come back. The business is still going to fail. I mean, you might get that little spark, right? That little flame, but at the end of the day, you need the fundamentals. And so these treasuries that these chains have, Polkadot has, that Cardano's about to unlock $1 billion, is that we can throw that marketing. They might have some flashy little billboard. They might buy some arena. They might throw a logo on a club T-shirt or on a club jersey for football. But at the end of the day, that the real money goes to the developers and the dApps. And then when you start seeing these side chains and these different oracles popping up and all these these dexes and everything related to DeFi, a lot of this comes from funding and incentives from the foundation. And so that's what I'm really excited about. Because the marketing, cool, yeah. Polkadot, cool. Let's throw money. Let's advertise. But like they also threw a ton of money at developers, which pays off in the long term. So I wouldn't discount Polkadot for one. And I also, I think Cardano's gonna.
Where I was kind of going with my thought was, if you get paid money from the ADA Treasury to market or whatever, right? And maybe you're not crypto native. Maybe you're just like, yeah, I'll take 10 grand to market your product. Guess what you're going to do with that 10,000 ADA? You're going to sell it, right? And so that's something to keep in mind as well. But I tend to side more with Robin is I think more that's going to stay in the ecosystem and help Cardano grow in the long term. Just don't expect in the short term, hey, $1 billion gets unlocked, price is going to skyrocket. Cardano is one of those plays where you can't be looking at it on a 2-year.
They need developers too. So
ADA ranks pretty high in devs, right? Yeah. And it's becoming easier to write code on their platform with Marlowe and being able to just drag and drop and not just have to code in Haskell, but going out to JavaScript and I think not Python, but something else. Anyways, it's becoming easier, and so we know the Cardano ecosystem and the Cardano technology is great. It's just longer time horizon. Cardano, Kaspa. Kind of think the same thing, like no VCs, just great community, building slowly. And I think the Kaspa has done better in price action because it's the shiny new thing, right? It's the new thing. Look at what happened with Cardano prior to smart contracts, and look what's happening with Kaspa prior to smart contracts. Speaking of Kaspa, we're having a sit down in the next 10 minutes with the Kaspa team. And that video is going to come out by the end of the week. Everything you're going to want to know about Kaspa, KRC, who's getting ready to launch on it. Are we going to see some listings here soon? Some alpha you do not want to miss. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so. And I want to talk about this real quick, Robin. And when I say real quick, I mean real quick. I'm hoping we can both just come to an agreement on this and just call it a day, but I fear that we won't. XRP to $1,000. Analyst makes case citing JP Morgan's $10 trillion daily volume, which I don't know what JP Morgan has anything to do with XRP. But nonetheless, in a recent post, Crypto Barbie called attention to JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon's remarks regarding the sheer amount of funds the banks processes daily. And of course, they're drawing the conclusion that, hey, XRP, banks, moving money, that's what they do. If you believe XRP is getting to $1,000, I think it's time to maybe go see a doctor. What are your thoughts here, Robin? XRP to $1,000? Just say no. It's okay to say no, man. It's okay to say no. It's okay to critically think here. $1,000 XRP, you understand, I mean, that's a 2,000x from here.
2,000x. Yeah. I'd say just a little shy of that. Maybe he's gonna hit
900, 500.
Yeah, that's a big psychological number. $985 XRP is where I'm going. No.
How much of the Ripple token or how much of the XRP token do you think Ripple will dump on the way to 1,000?
The interesting thing is that as a token's been around for longer, there's more holders. And there's people that have tokens kind of sitting on the sideline. Like, I'll tell you what, I have probably 30 wallets. And I know that there's like some old tokens I bought in there. Anyways, go back in the time machine. You can see I bought some strange stuff. Anyways, XRP has been around for a while. En route to something crazy, and this is absolutely loony here, $1,000. That's not going to happen. But en route to say, let's just say on a extremely bullish scenario, let's say it gets to $35, right? Like that's. But let's just hear me out. Let's just say that say some weird scenario happened. It gets to $35 on the way there. There's going to be so many new millionaires that are sitting, the people that just kind of forgot about their XRP tokens, that by the time it started rallying in that direction, people are just going to just rake in profits, right? All of a sudden, you got guy that bought XRP at 10 cents. He threw in $800. He's sitting on like,
80K.
Yeah, $80,000, $150,000. Like, people are just going to take. And so that's kind of the problem of being around for so long, is that you just, the parabolic runs get subdued because there's just too many holders, people that bought a while ago. Same thing with like Shiba Inu. How many people bought SHIB back in 2020? How many people do you know that have no experience? Shut up. So that have no, I bought so much SHIB on a DEX before.
Robin would have been a SHIB whale if you still had it. Let's put it to you that way.
Yeah, it would have been enough to build the Sphere here in Las Vegas. But that's for another story. But how many people do you know that they're like, hey, is Bitcoin back? I bought SHIB a long time ago. They have no exposure, but they still have SHIB. Imagine if SHIB got to quote unquote $1. I know that's not going to happen, but I'm just saying, these people that bought in 2020, all of these thousands of people that just randomly bought, all of a sudden they're logging into their accounts to sell, right? To take that massive profit. So these euphoric numbers for projects that have been around for more than 6 years, they're just not going to get there for the simple fact that old holders are going to be cashing in. Maybe they get there eventually if it does go parabolic. Now, if you said, hey, 25 years from now, XRP, $400, sure. Yeah. Because you have time for all those old wallets to take profits, for people to lose seed phrases, not have access. And so it'll take time to get there. But in the short term, these giant numbers, just not possible.
Yeah, I think, and I've said this and I'll say it again, I love what Ripple is doing. If Ripple was a public company, I would own shares of Ripple. I would be more exposed to Ripple, the company, than I would XRP, the token, especially with them dipping into the stablecoin industry. I think Ripple, the company, is going to do great, and I appreciate everything they've done. But XRP token, not a good investment in my opinion. And if you watched our show, you know all the reasons why.
Rago, what do you think about that?
I knew you would bring me up.
Yeah. I didn't bring you up. He brought you up.
It was me.
I like your hat, by the way.
Set up. I can tell you right away. No,
Nice
it's
hat.
yeah. No, it's fine. I think it's $1,000. It doesn't look. It can be anything in a short time. But it really depends on many things going on. It's going to be a change of policy, how the dollar is perceived around the world. Is every bank is going to adopt some system that where you need liquidity, so the token is justified to be higher. It can move all this money with 50 cents. So you need to have a bigger number. I don't know. I can't read the future. $1,000 doesn't seem feasible now, but is a $70,000 Bitcoin feasible 10 years ago? I don't know. We are in the same. He offers a service. It's not like it's not a meme coin. It's a $3 billion, $5 billion.
It's not a meme coin. It's a stable coin.
You brought up a good point.
It's
like
not-
10 years ago, when Bitcoin is say at $300, it's not possible for the market to get it to $70,000, right? And now we know that in the future it could get there, But because of all of the early investors, because of all the people that were mining Bitcoin with their graphics card off a laptop, that were sitting on hundreds of Bitcoin, it just, because of how many wallets there are and people's average buy or, average mine price, it just, you couldn't get there in a short-term time window. So $1,000 XRP, could it be something that we see 20 years from now? Possibly.
I won't be surprised.
Possibly. Now, is that something that is even in the realm of possibility within the next 8 years? No, absolutely not. Because there's too many holders that have bought it under $1. It would just can't get there. It just can't get, not in that time window. Same thing. There's no way that Bitcoin goes from $300 to $70,000 in a 4 to 6 year time window either. And that's just because of the average buy price and how many holders there are. So
I feel the same thing for any other coin, any other project. It's like, say,
unless it's
right now,
small.
Bitcoin, you can get to, I don't know, in this cycle, it can get to 5 million.
But here's the thing.
Not in this
If the
cycle.
time horizon, if the wallets are not as diverse, if the time horizon is smaller, then you have more potential for upside. Solana's a good case, right? You looked at people that bought Solana post ICO. Post ICO, Solana went from less than $1 ICO price. Then it was at around $1, $2. And then within a very short time window, like 6 months, it was over $100. And so, but that's because the holders were few and far between, and it hadn't been around that long of a time, right? And so, time in the market, holders means a lot. That's why we are always looking over these metrics and that data when it comes to crypto.
So your answer is no.
$985.
Wow. That'll do it for the show today. We appreciate all of you joining us. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, Max Planck III said, invest in XRP now for a sick ROI in 25 years. I don't think so. Funny. So anyways, guys, we're going to get going. We're getting ready to film our Caspa video, which I'll say it again. Do not want to miss. It's going to be a really good one. Got the Caspa crew down here. Super excited to welcome back in studio as they're arriving right now. So with that being said, Rocco. Shai did a really good tornado yesterday. That was pretty good. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back tomorrow. Same place, same time. On behalf of all of us here at Sincere Crypto, we love you guys. Until then, peace.
Ciao.
Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya, to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.